Welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Oh my gosh, you guys, thanks so much for joining in today. As you can probably hear, I'm still a little under the weather, and I apologize for that. I'm a little froggy this morning. Yesterday I was feeling so good. I told a girlfriend, I said, I just feel like the prom queen. I feel so good. Today, not so much. So I'm not sure if I'm getting another flare up or what, but I'm very, very glad you're here. Tell me where you're tuning in from and what you're doing today. I am doing this today, and then I probably am going to go back and lay on the couch because has been my shtick lately. I don't know if you or anyone you know has been ill. I literally have almost been in bed for a month. I mean, it's been more than a month. I haven't been in bed every single day, but I've pretty much been in bed or on the couch. So it's been a rough one for me. So I do want to talk about the Boss event for February, and I apologize, it's a little bit late. I have not been feeling well. I actually was going to do this last week, and I literally couldn't prop myself up to get it done. So here we are today. Let's see. From Missouri, hi. You're sick too. Is yours a upper respiratory illness? That's how it started for me, and then it turned into pneumonia. And I'll tell you, you guys, I don't get sick. I just don't get sick because I take really good care of my body and I take a lot of supplements and blah 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 blah. This just came out of nowhere. And I did have an online appointment with my doctor, and she said that there's literally like an epidemic in our area of this kind of respiratory illness. So I have some suspicions about it. Maybe you do too, but nothing that's appropriate for us to talk about today. Let's see. Oh, I look fabulous. Thank you. I put on some makeup, which I haven't done much. Redondo Beach, California, my home state. Ohio. Hope I feel, oh, thank you so much. I hope I feel better too. I'm getting sick of myself being sick. It's just not entertaining. Let's see. Sherry says, I've been sick 3 weeks, upper respiratory, stomach bug as well. That's exactly what I'm hearing, that it's either the respiratory, which is what I got, stomach bug. My girlfriend got that. And then some people are getting both. So I'm so sorry you got both. That's got to be a tough row. So blessings to you. My best suggestion, and I was just laughing about this with a friend yesterday. She was saying that her son was sick. And I said, tell him to stay in bed until August. Really, it's like, that seems to be the only thing that has soothed me. I'm taking a ton of stuff. I do all homeopathic things. I'm taking a ton of stuff. I've actually got some colloidal silver coming today. I had a doctor from Arizona tell me to put it in a small saucepan and wait for it to steam up and then inhale that into your lungs. So I'm going to do that today. But sleeping seems to be what really makes the difference, is just sleep, sleep, sleep. So bless your ever-loving heart. I hope you feel better really, really soon. Let's see. Oh, thank you. That's very nice, everyone, for the well wishes. Well, let's talk about the Boss event. And then if you have any skincare questions or any questions at all, put it over in the chat. I'll try to catch them. The Boss event for this month is Jupiter CBD oil, which I'm thrilled about. You guys know I absolutely love my Jupiter CBD oil. But let's back up a little bit. I forgot to explain what the Boss event is. If you're new here and you're not familiar with it, I'll go over that really quick. Be patient with me, those of you who know what it is. There are some people that this is just new to them. The Boss event, Boss stands for Big Old Super Sale. And every single month on my channel, Pretty Over 50, we feature a Boss event, a big old super sale event, featuring one of the high integrity, great product, great value companies that I have come across in my 5.5 years here on YouTube. And what I do is I talk with the company, generally the founder or the owner, and we work out an arrangement where they offer a exclusive sale only to the viewers of Pretty Over 50. So I asked them that they give us something a little bit better, a little bit different, a little bit extra, a little bit special. And that is available to the viewers, only to the viewers of Pretty Over 50 for the entire month. So I think this is the third year, the beginning of the third year for the Boss Event. It's been super, super popular. Every single company, it's by invitation only from me. And I have to feel really good about the company. I have to feel like the owner, founder is super passionate, that they do a good job, that they've got integrity. I just want the best of the best, and that's who is in the Boss Event. We don't have a Boss Event 100% of the month. Sometimes we don't, if I don't have someone that I feel like was really, really a good fit for what we do. So that's the Boss Event, and this is the notification of the Boss Event for February. It generally happens earlier in the month, but as I indicated, I've been a little under the weather, so this is as soon as I could do it. So the Boss Event for the month of February is Jupiter CBD oil. If you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love this company. And I actually have been taking Jupiter CBD oil every night for what, 4 years now? Almost 4 years. But I've been taking CBD oil a lot longer than that. And I'll explain how I came across it, why I take it very regularly, and kind of my journey. I am actually a non-professional expert on CBD oil. I'm not kidding you. I have been taking it for so long, and I started way back when, probably close to 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, when I started having arthritis in my hands. And one thing about my family history is that my mother and my grandmother both had debilitating arthritis, particularly in their hands. My grandmother's hands were kind of like this, when she was much younger than I was. And so I knew it was something that, I had a genetic predisposition for. And when I started waking up, probably in my late 50s, and I'd have to crack my hands in the morning to get them started, it kind of really worried me because I didn't want to end up with the pain that my grandmother was living with. So I did some research. I'm not a Western medicine person. You guys probably know that by now. I did some research and I learned that CBD oil could really help with, that joint flexibility issues. So I looked into it and I started taking CBD oils. Now, let me tell you, folks, if you don't know CBD oils, you don't know this. 10 years ago, 9 years ago, CBD oils were nasty. And I'm not kidding you. It was not a sophisticated industry at that time. And I really worked hard to try to find the CBD oil that first of all worked, was consistent, because remember, you're dealing with a plant. So consistency is an issue. It's not just like you're formulating a bunch of chemicals in a lab, you're growing a plant. And the taste. So it was the effectiveness, the consistency, and the taste. And I'll tell you, when I first started taking CBD oil, it was like the back end of a horse. That's what CBD oil tastes like. It was horrible. And then, so I was taking CBD oil. It was doing a good job with my joints. Then I had a friend of mine who was a buyer for a store that featured CBD oil as one of their products. So she would send me different samples and say, hey, try this, test this, try this, because she would have to make a choice about what to feature in the store. So when I say I'm a non-professional expert, I'm not kidding you. I've tried so many CBD oils. Well, fast forward, I started my YouTube channel, Pretty Over 50. About a year into it, I heard from the owner of Jupiter, and they contacted me, and they did something that was very different. Instead of just sending me an email, they called me on the phone and had a conversation with me. And I really appreciated that. And I was so impressed with that effort, because most of these companies just want to send you an email and say, we'll pay you to talk about our product. And that's not how I work at all. You guys know that. So they called me and we had some discussions and talked about it. They told me about their company, that they sourced from single family farms. It's all organic. It's a very, very high integrity company. And they got into this business because they're passionate about it. So I said, send me some of your product and I'll give it a whirl. And they did. And oh my gosh, I actually loved it. This CBD oil ticks all the boxes for me. And like I said, I'm a non-professional expert. It is consistent, it's effective, it tastes great. It's just a wonderful product. So I'm really, really proud of my relationship with Jupiter. It's been going on a little over 4 years now. So Jupiter CBD oil is what I take. It really helps with my joint flexibility. I'm 68 years old, so I'm older than my grandmother was and my mother when they were having really tough times with arthritis, and I don't have any. I mean, I'm limber and flexible. I do think it's the consistent use over time. So I take the Jupiter CBD oil, I take the Dreamland. This is what I take, and there's 4 different ones in the line. So I take the Dreamland, I put a dropper full underneath my tongue every night about 45 minutes before I'm going to be heading off to bed. So this is the one I take. There's actually 4 in the line. The other one you might want to take a look at is called Oasis. And Oasis is not so much a sleep enhancement like the Dreamland that I take. This is for stress, and it has a real calming factor in this. So if stress is an issue, if you have a high stress job or you're going through some tough times, this might be a good one for you to give a whirl. Again, just a dropper full under your tongue, and I let it sit there, maybe 45 seconds, something like that. And then I just, take a little sip of whatever it is I'm drinking. So this is the second one in the line. And then this one, I recommend that everyone gets one of these and just tucks it away. If you're into having emergency supplies on hand for when there's an incident, this is something that you might want to think about. This is called Reserve, and this is their strongest formulation for a CBD oil. And this does a couple of things. This really helps with pain mitigation, and it also helps with high stress. And I'll tell you, I keep this around all the time. I rarely use it. I maybe use it once a year. But because it's such a strong formula and it's very, very targeted, I had an incident way back when I was still living up in Tahoe where I was hiking. I had an accident and I ended up with like 35 deep puncture wounds in my hand. And it was not a pretty sight. It was not. I came home, I cleaned it very, very well. I took some Reserve, I actually took a couple of hits of the Reserve, and I put my hand in front of my red light. And I ended up not getting infected, and I ended up not having to go to the hospital. And I'm telling you, it was an injury. So I took the Reserve, and the reason that I suggest that you might want to look at keeping this just in the house is if you have an accident or if somebody's got an issue and there's an open wound or something, this can really help calm down your system and help with pain mitigation. So this is the Reserve. That's how I use it. And then the last one for you pet owners, if you have pets that have high stress, or there's thunderstorm coming in, or the 4th of July with the fireworks, this possum is great for the pets. So this is handy to have on board. I'll use this with Lucy every now and again, maybe every 6 months or something, if there's something going on that I want her to just calm down a little bit. So there's also one for your pets. So possum. So that's what's available. This is what I take from Jupiter. They have a lot more products in their line now. I don't take any of those on a regular basis. I just don't. It doesn't mean they're not good. It's just that I haven't fit them into my routine. I really focus on the CBD oil. The Boss event for this month is 15% off everything in the line. So everything over on the Jupiter website is 15% off only for the viewers of Pretty Over 50 for the entire month of February. So all that information in the link is listed in the description box down below. If you haven't tried CBD oil and you've been thinking about it, this might be a good time because that's a good price and it's a really, really good product. As far as what I would suggest, I think it's going to depend on what your needs are. If you want a little help in the evening with sleep, I think the Dreamland is wonderful. It also has the added benefit of helping me with my joints. If you've got a high stress life going on right now, and I can understand why there's a lot of stuff going on the planet, the Calm is lovely. It really, really is. I probably should be taking that now so I sleep more. And then for emergencies, I would suggest that you consider keeping this on hand. You'll own it for a few years at least. But if you have any kind of emergency or issue, it's always nice to have this kind of thing along with, all your other emergency medical supplies in the house. So that's the Boss event for February. I want to thank Jupiter again for being such a wonderful partner on the Boss event. They're a lovely company with great integrity. And I just really am so very pleased that we've had such a long relationship. And I enjoy their products a lot. And I know that you guys do too, because I know a lot of you have tried it. So that's the Boss event for the month of February. I'm going to hop over to the comments now and see if there's any questions and see what everyone's doing. Oh my gosh, so many people are sick. Get feeling better. Thank you very much. Bullhead, Arizona. I'm glad. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not doing as good as I was yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like a rock star. And I think it was the juxtaposition of having felt so horrible for so long that even just feeling like normal, I was so happy. I was so happy. I just felt like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Let's see. Oh, hi, Kimberly. I live near you and have lots of bone broth. I have bone broth. Actually, I have been living on bone broth soup. So thank you very much for that. But I get the Kettle and Fire bone broth. That's another thing that I have around the house all the time, both chicken and beef, because that bone broth is really, really nutrient dense. So I keep some extra cartons tucked away for times like this. So I actually have been using bone broth as a base for my soups. Oh, you love my hair today. It's so funny. I don't know if you're new here, you don't know, but I recently changed the color of my hair. I had been bleaching it for decades, and now I'm kind of trying to go back to my original color or my natural color. So you can see it's sort of growing out. And here's the funny thing, you guys. I just have to laugh because I have been bleaching it blonde for so many years. I didn't realize I had as much gray hair as I've got. And I was always saying, oh, I don't have that much gray hair. Well, it was hiding among the bleach blonde. I have so much more gray hair than I thought. I don't think I'll ever have enough gray hair to do what, a lot of women do, it have that silver hair, which I think is so pretty. I love that look, that silver hair look. I don't think I'll ever have enough for that, but I'm actually kind of surprised at how much I do have. I think what I'm going to do, and I told you guys when I did my hair, it's going to be a work in progress. I don't think I'll land on exactly what it is I want to do for a little while. It's probably the next year is going to be, changes. I think I'm going to add a little bit of highlights in just because that gray is really showing up. And I think it'll help that gray sort of, blend in with the rest of it. So, will I be doing a Boss event for my skincare course? I already did. I did that a couple of months ago, and I think it was 50% off. So that was a really good buy. Even at the price now, I think it's $97. It's really worth it. It really is. But you know what, you guys? Here's the deal. Everything that's in the skincare course, every single thing is over on my YouTube channel for free. It is. The reason I put the skincare course together is because a lot of people just said, I don't want to sift through all those videos. I don't want to sit there. I don't want to figure out what to watch next. And so it was that, and people were still asking really basic questions 4 years into it. And so I said, well, I'm going to put together a class and go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, super simple from start to finish for all those people who would rather do that. They would rather pay and have it up on a platform and just go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C than sift through a whole bunch of videos. So please know there's nothing in that skincare class that you guys can't get for free over on my YouTube channel. It's just the format. And also with this skincare class, you get it all formatted step by step. Plus you get a PDF with all the products that I've come across that I really love. Plus you get like almost an hour of a makeup class of all the makeup tips that I've come across, my 5.5 years on YouTube now. So it's worth it if that's what you like. Some people just want it in a class. I know I'm that kind of person. It's just like, just let me pay for it. Let me take the class. That's me, but it's not everybody. So we did have a bus event with the skincare class. I might do one again in 2026. I don't know yet, but if you're a class person, it's there for you. If you just want to go over to YouTube and look through the videos, it's there for you too. So that's that. I want to know what kind of base you are using. I'm trying everything and nothing looks good. I'm not sure what you mean by base. Is that foundation, like complexion base, or is it base for hair color? I'm not sure, Nancy. So let me know on that. Love the brown hair. You know what? I was actually going through some old files yesterday, doing a little bit of work, and there were pictures of me with the blonde hair, and I prefer it brown. And so I just find that interesting. At first I was like, I don't like, it as well, but I like the ease of it more. But now I'm kind of liking the brown. I think when I have the brown with a little bit of highlights in it, it'll be kind of like that magic little in between thing. So we'll see. I watched you for a while. I love the brown shade. Thank you very much, Lisa. That's very nice, Leah. Flu norovirus is bad this year. Feel better. Thank you. Hi, Marie from South Carolina. All right, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me, and I apologize. I'm not my usual perky, chatty self. I'm just not feeling at the top of my game. It's been a long time. I'm hoping I'm going to feel 100% soon. I actually am flying to the West Coast day after tomorrow. And it's like, I was thinking this morning, I'm so glad I'm not flying the plane. I can just sit there. So I'll probably sleep the whole time on the flight. So I will be traveling, but I do have a video for you guys this weekend. I actually got it together and did a video a couple of days ago. All right, everyone. Thank you again. Just to wrap up, the boss event for February for Pretty Over 50 is the Jupiter CBD oil. If you haven't tried it, you might want to think about giving it a whirl. It's a great time, 15% off anything on their website for the entire month to the viewers of Pretty Over 50. I love the company. I love the integrity. I love the quality of the product. I use it every single day, and I'm really, really happy with it. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for being so fun to work with and to talk to. I really do appreciate that. Make it a great day. I'll be back on Sunday with a video. Oh, and if you haven't checked out my new channel, I have a new channel here on YouTube. It's called Studio Kimberly, where I curate vintage fine art and collectibles. I worked as a professional artist for over 30 years, and I had, a background in art. My mother had the largest art gallery in school in Northern California when I was growing up. I went to UC Davis. I have a double major in fine art and art history. My background is in art. So I've started a YouTube channel where I go out thrifting and antique malls and do estate sales, and I source really, really beautiful things, whether it's ceramics or fine art or collectibles. It's here on YouTube. It's called Studio Kimberly, Studio Kimberly here on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, I think you might like it. It's kind of fun. I'm having a great time. It's kind of my hobby channel. And I honestly cannot wait to feel better to get back to thrifting and going to estate sales and stuff. All right, so check it out if you haven't yet. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Make it a great day, and I will see you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.